What's going on, YouTube? Back once again in the shed. Yes, here we are. Thank you for joining me. And guess what? I made it this time. Yeah. Been off yet again. I'm starting to make a habit of this, and it's starting to piss me off a bit, if I'm honest. Like, every time I feel like I'm getting going, I get sick. And I think the same thing happened to me this time last year. I had a little bout in hospital in the winter somewhere, and I think it was the end of the year. Or maybe it was the beginning of the year, I don't know. It might have been January, but anyway. Yeah, I'm doing alright. It was a bit airy. I got quite ill. I mean, like, you know, like when they were looking at it and going, you know what I mean? If this gets any worse, I'm in the red, you know? Look, diabetic I am. That's the problem. Type 1 diabetic. And when I get ill and get infections, I just can't fight them off. And once I get the infection in my blood and it gets to septicemia, then, you got to do a small Google search on septicemia. It ain't good. So, yeah. Well, I'm feeling a lot better now. There was a few times where I felt better, then I got worse again, and I felt better, then I got worse. But that's the nature of these things, I guess, isn't it? You know what I mean? But I'm feeling better now. I'm on the mend. Blood sugars are back to normal. So you should see my face a little bit more now. I missed you guys. Come on, give me a hug. Come on, you know you want to. No? Nothing more awkward than that. Come on, give me a hug. And no one comes in for a hug. I'm sure there's someone. Anyway, got new lights, so it may be a little bit patchy. I'm trying to suss out where to put them and that, but yeah, I got a couple of new lights because I was working with one, and sometimes it looked good, sometimes it didn't. Not really doing a review. Well, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Not a snuff review, anyway. I'm a little bit snuffily. So I'm taking snuff more to keep my nose clear than I am to take it for pleasure. And I bet you're wondering what I got in my pocket. Something I want to do a review on. So I'm not going to say, but today I'm walking around with a bit of chip. So I'm using that to clear my nose out a little bit. So yeah, I don't know. I'll keep my opinions to the review, but it ain't terrible. As I said before, I'm not really a big crystal lover, but and I'm not a really, really, really big menthol lover either, but just because you don't love it doesn't mean you can't enjoy it. So what have I got in my hands then? It's still lit. It's what today I'm smoking on. Let's have a look. Let's see if you can see it. It's a Byford. I don't know if it's just Byford. I can't remember if there's like a number or a name to it, but I've got two of them. But these Byfords are like, they've got like some sort of system in the stem where it's like a tube within a tube, if you know what I'm saying. I don't know, there's people watching this that will probably know much more about it than I know. But I got a little rusticated one, and then I got a smooth one. But I quite like them. I do like them. So I bought another one. But yeah, I'm smoking that today, and in it I got one of the tobaccos that Sam and Jenny from Olfactory Snuff sent me. And this one had 5 stars written on it. So I take it he likes it. But it's Kramers Father Dempsey. Yeah. It's an English blend. So you got tobacco, Virginia, and some Oriental Turkish in it, I think. And it's, I don't know, I quite like it. I feel like my pipe's going out now, though. Damn it. Trying to look all professional, like talking too much. But, yeah, so there's a little bit of a story to it. Like, I think the story that I read was you had the shop of Kramers, and it seems like there was a vicarage or something behind the shop in Beverly Hills, and a father is in a vicar, like Father Dempsey, that's the name, I guess. He used to pop in the shop every day, but apparently he came from Ireland, and apparently he always liked to go into Dunhill to buy his tobaccos, and he was talking to the father of the guy that owns Kramers. This is where it gets a bit confusing, because you got the father talking to the father, the vicar talking to the bloke's dad, if you know what I mean. But they had a conversation, and they obviously were chatting, and he said, look, if you can match my favourite Dunhill blend, then, you know, I'll buy it from you. So apparently they spread it out on the table, and the guy, the bloke that owned Kramers at the time, went through it. He could identify the different varieties of tobacco in it, but they obviously couldn't identify the proportions. So they started, like, you know, mixing them up in random proportions, trying to figure it out. But they came to one particular blend where that Father Dempsey, the vicar, went, so, no, this one is better than the original. So that was how that blend was born, you know. But, you know, you can go out there and you can read into it. There's a few other details to it, and, you know, but, yeah, interesting story, nonetheless. I like it when a tobacco's got a bit of a story behind it. Sometimes you've got to ask yourself how much of it's true and how much of it's just marketing. I guess we never know, hey? It's got lacquer, but it's not super strong lacquer. It's not like people that it will, you know what I mean? But it is led by the lacquer, in my opinion. That is the first thing that I get. See, on the retro hell, I get I get the lacquer, but then I get a little bit of sort of that grass, like a sweet grass, which I don't know whether that's the Virginia, I guess. I don't claim to be an expert on this. I'm still learning as I go, so don't beat me over the head with a stick. But yeah, there's definitely a grassy note coming through, and it definitely comes up on the retro hell. But it's got that sort of woody, smoky lacquer. I want to say there's a sweetness to it. And it's not unpleasant at all. I like it. It's a nice, solid English blend. Sometimes there's a bit of a citrus note floating about, I think. Quite subtle though. It's do you know what? The more I smoke it, the more I like it. And then sometimes when it's sort of like tailing off, I get a bit of a sort of herbal floral note to it. Oriental Turkish, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe I think I'm trying too hard to break it up and put it into its pots. But I definitely get a sweet latakia grassy note in the front. And then everything else I say is sort of like the little Easter eggs that are hid. You know? Like I just sat there and you're mulling it over and you get these little bits that just pop up that you can pick out. Hmm. It's a ribbon blend. I didn't get a whole tin, so when I got it, it was perfect to smoke. So I can't really comment on what it's like out the tin. But I quite like it. I quite like it. And if I'm honest, it's exactly what I needed because I don't know if, to be honest, right? I've got a chest, and my chest has got tobacco in it, and I can't remember what's in it. But the problem is I'm using my chest as a table, so I put all stuff on top of it, and I just keep. I've got a couple of jars on top, and then what's been happening is them jars are empty, and I just buy something else and fill them jars up. And I've got like, I know I've got about 10 jars or something in that chest, and I can't remember all it is. I don't think all the jars are fully full up though, but a couple of them are half jars. But I'm gonna have to get into it and do a stock take. I think figure out what I want to actually keep in there and what I actually want to just smoke and get rid of and reuse the jars, isn't it? But yeah, oh Dempsey, I think it's good tobacco by Kramers. English bend, medium strength, I guess. I like it. Gives it my thumbs up. Thank you very much, Sam and Jenny. No, it's good. So if 5 stars music's your favourite, I don't disagree. It's pretty good. I'm gonna try and work through the rest of the blends that you sent me. Now that I feel a bit better and I'm out in the shed. I just couldn't come out in the cold, man. I was so ill, you know what I mean? I didn't want to come out here and get worse. It's been snowing the last 2 days in the UK. Or last day, sorry. It snowed yesterday morning. And it's so yeah, so basically 2 days. So yeah, it's quite cold here at the moment. It's not like a sticking snow though. It snowed and it started melting. You know, it was enough to make a snowman and it whited everything out. But I think it's all melting now and just turning to ice. I don't think we're gonna have a week of it or anything like that. So yeah, that's all I really got to say on it. To be honest, a bit of a talk on Father Dempsey's tobacco, and a bit of an update. I nearly died, but he didn't get me. I'm still going.